Facebook, TikTok, IG, Snapchat, and 1057. You see the number 059519428 059519428. Know that we are in the era of technology, and as a student, as an individual, you need to be digitally savvy. You need to be technologically inclined.
We're going to be talking about AI. What is it? What is
AI? What is artificial intelligence? We'll learn about it.
AI means for today's students and future careers. And we're going to be doing this with
Mark at Mesa, assistant lecturer at the Department of Computer Science, University of Ghana. Recipient of the Best Teacher Award in the Computer Science Department 2022 academic year. Also,
mentoring students
on or secure opportunities at global companies, including Google, Meta,
Goldman Sachs, Bloomberg, and Bank of America. A lot of great credentials.
Right. Joining me in studio this morning for this conversation is Mark Mensa.
Good morning.
How are you doing, sir?
I am good.
Amazing. And so we're going to talk about AI this morning because I know most students are very intrigued more of this new system called AI.
What is AI in the first place?
Right. Artificial intelligence. People seem to have even forgotten about the acronym AI. It's simply artificial intelligence. Intelligence is necessarily smartness, but applying knowledge and ways to do something meaningful in the right way. Is in with human beings. Intelligence is a human identity. Now it is artificial because there is a component of it that is not human, right? And that is where we come in here. So intelligence. So you can look at artificial intelligence as a software itself, but the software is able to learn patterns. It's able to connect as human beings literally do. Basically, yes. It generates but content has begun to make some sense. It has become coherent. It has it can mimic some human behavior to a great extent, to a degree of a stage of accuracy. And so that level of intelligence that it has been able to make, based on which it's able to generate content that makes sense, what we describe as artificial. It's intelligent, intelligence is artificial. So it's just come out of the whole concept of mathematics because connect a lot of essentially that outputs artificial intelligence. So the software that is learning all of these patterns and then everything based on this informed decisions to communicate something.
Wow. So artificial intelligence is simply software that has been designed to do tasks that normally require human intelligence.
It definitely requires, and I'm happy you mentioned that it requires human intelligence. It can never replace thinking. It definitely needs human thinking to be able to become what it wants to be. So yes, it's only making, but it even needs that food from the human side of things.
Right there, because some of us have this feeling that artificial intelligence will place human ability, but you say
it doesn't replace
it.
It can never replace human thinking. Human thinking is superior. The future of artificial intelligence heavily depends on human thinking that will continue to evolve and advance.
We still need the human element in
we always need human element. in there. Yeah.
Right there. When people hear AI, many still
Think it is something far away. From your perspective, how important is AI already in the lives of students here in
Is this English is called pervasiveness? Certain concepts pervasive. They describe pervasive. Barely a decade ago, that could not be a term to describe artificial intelligence, but it is now. It's every device you are holding. It is in every environment, everywhere you turn. It's right there in every corner. So, as long as you know, and of course, years become heavily dependent on mobile devices. It's and especially in Ghana, and I'm speaking in the context. It has risen astronomically. Over 50% of the population to be holding smartphones, and internet coverage has widely spread across wide area of this country. So it's everywhere. Everywhere you turn, every application you touch, unless it does not connect to the internet.
So we cannot do away
with AI. It has come to stay. AI has come to stay.
Right. I like that. I know you have come from. There was a time where computers didn't exist. Life was moving on. Computers came to stay. And there was an evolution. Now is the time of AI. It has come to stay, and it will continue to advance. It's not going anywhere.
I should embrace it because we are in the era of AI.
Embrace it.
Right.
See, so looking at our educational system and how fast
AI and technology are changing the world.
do you think universities and students in Ghana adapting, preparing enough for the job, or we are still behind?
That's a very big question that needs a lot of explanation. I'll speak from the perspective of an academic who has first-hand engagement with students and how they are embracing this change of AI. But I need to provide a context here. And in all my submissions, I have said that I can never replace human beings. AI thrives on our intelligence to be intelligent. So we have to see AI as an assistant, that enabling assistant who will give an excuse. Yes, like he would not give you necessary. You tell I'm tired, I guess, stuff like that. Now, why are you in school first? You are in school to learn. I always tell my students that the university education is supposed to equip you with the foundational knowledge, requisite knowledge, to go and solve problems out there which needs your mind. We have unsolved problems. Let me put it this way. So don't assume that what you are learning is to go and solve. Like the solutions that are out there. We are evolving and we are coming up with new challenges. The universities give you a premise of foundation, and you have to among that knowledge to go out there and solve the challenging problems out there. So you're supposed to connect the dots on that foundation to become a better version of yourself outside the walls of your school. And that's why you're journeying from level 100, level 200 up to a certain point. When I get a teaching assistant, I have to spend some time orient this person on the way and manner I want certain things to be done, and so on and so forth. So there is a process that is required. Artificial intelligence did not replace human thinking. It is an assistant who needs to mimic and amplify your identity, your personality. And the foundational comprehension from my experience is missing from my students. They rather see the AI as that replacement who can get what they're supposed to do done for themselves without imposing their personality. They are not treating it as an assistant, literally trying to hand over their responsibilities to AI.
So it's just an aid.
AI is just an aid. AI is just an aid. So by experience, we have observed extensively the wrongful use of AI extensively by students in a large scale, in a very large, like I said, the AI use as my assistant. My AI will drop an email in a use certain phrases because my personality does not include certain phrases. I have structure, some keywords I use essentially, and I don't include those in specific email draft. When AI drafts me, I correct it over time and give it the requisite instructions. And so, but the back, my colleague identified that I write a lot, I explain a lot. It is my personality. It was me before AI. So if you me, you notice that my email is so long, and I'm supposed to squeeze it a bit. It is not in my personality, so it cannot change me. It has to be a true reflection of me. If you allow AI to replace you, it has no personality, and where hallucination begins. That's where it will write but it will not make sense. So in the domain who has an expertise that this is not you, that is not you, that is not you. So the students need to understand the evolution man has right now, the purpose of AI, what it means, and treat it as. So let me give you an example. Give students an assignment, and because a lot of them having fun with their friends, etc., they the question from the instructor going down to any narrative environment to speak and respond and present it. Your lecturer receives it, you go back in the day, in fact, institutions where lecturers were like, wow, it makes sense to them. But for the last 3 years, University of Ghana Quality Assurance has directory been indicating faculty using AI for teaching and research. So they are giving those who were born before computer. So just that they give you a question, dump and submit. You explain yourself.
So you say AI to do your assignment as a student is actually not wrong?
It's not wrong, it's how you use it.
Okay.
So as a lecturer, as part of my mentorship, I don't teach mathematics. It's foundational to computer science. One of the things I carry the level 100s I have front interface with level 100 is, often complain about the algorithms in the mathematics. I said, why do you struggle with mathematics in this day and age when it is at your disposition? Now, and I demonstrate this with them. As AI know that you're a level 100 student in University of Ghana studying mathematics, they say, okay, so tell us who you are. Then we want to have a curriculum. Yes. Does it know curriculum? No. Tell it curriculum. What topic? What subject? Now, how did the lecturer approach it? They present it. Then we give the AI. It doesn't make sense to you. Have you thought of asking the AI, this thing you have thought that doesn't make sense? Break it down for me as level a primary school student, a junior high school student. Ask us further questions. In fact, if you want the practical application of those concepts, ask AI. So when I get out of the university, can you give me a practical appreciation of this concept they are teaching me, linear regression, algebra, whatever? So I make sense of it. AI is supposed to be that assistant. It needs a personality and responsiveness. You don't dump a question to it and it will spit some results and you just go and submit it to your lecturers.
So you have to be able to know how to get
the right instructions.
In fact, the precision of your instructions determines the quality of output you make out of it.
Wow. Can you come
again with that?
The precision of your instructions to AI will determine the quality of the output.
Wow.
Students need to take note of this.
Because of garbage out still things in the era of AI.
Too.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Submission made the statement that AI is an enabling assistant that doesn't give excuses. Do you think, in saying that you raise the hopes too high, that AI can never
in today's day and age, AI will disappoint. Human beings can disappoint.
Wow.
So you see, if you have negative traits, it can become an amplifier of your personality, a mirror of who you are. So if you are lazy, your output from AI will also be lazy. If you are rigorous and thorough, AI output will also be thorough and rigorous just as you are.
Right. A lot of students are worried AI may take over jobs at school.
Students are trying scared.
On the contrary, and I have my position on that. And I mean, you can look into this in any form or shape that you want to put it. I talk about the evolution of computers when it didn't even exist in the first place, and where it presently is. The same way AI has emerged and it's evolved and will continue to evolve and need better. And so when computers came, it literally placed a lot of roles. The face of jobs changed. We came to adopt it, and for most centuries now, it's been the order of the day. AI has also emerged. It's also changing the face of jobs. So it's as a matter of fact, I'm going to be a bit biased because of computer science. If you get into tech companies that understand the value of AI, their engineers are spending time letting AI write codes for them. They are spending time to impose business rules, how to catch errors, how to maintain certain codes, etc. That is what they spend a chunk of their time putting together. How to improve their tests so that they can catch any errors, how they make their codes future proof. So, in fact, they are spending time, valuable time in putting together precise instructions to avoid errors that of which they don't even have a clue about. So AI is changing the face of jobs such as students need to understand how it is used, add the value to themselves. So if you pick somebody who is an administrator, back in the days to submit documents, time with number, they will just deliver the letter or even send emails, because that is the end of the day. What you need to do to maintain your add value to yourself and maintain your position is to learn how to leverage AI to automatically see through emails, identify certain subjects, group them, and then transfer the output to maybe a Google Sheet and order them according to most recent in a particular order and give information. So a task that would have required manual review, go to email, track all your things, and then in 3 or 5 days. AI is an enabler. You have trained it to an extent where it gets this done in one day. The administrative rule hasn't changed. The nature of the job has changed, and this is applying itself across so many careers. I'm taking it out of computer science into just an administrative point. Same thing is applying itself in computer science, software engineering jobs, among other things. There are still companies that are recruiting software engineers globally, and yet in the same companies, there are software engineers who are losing their positions.
Talking about
leveraging, knowing how to use AI and adding value to yourself as an individual, there are projections
that in future times, AI is going
to take over most jobs that we know. Is that true? In the first place, is that true?
It's not going to take jobs. AI is just going to change the face of jobs. So the traditional role we knew before and the requirement for that role is not going to remain the same. There's a component of AI that will have to be an AI knowledge that you need to embody and amplify to make that role add quality to that role. So it is not going to change. The role is just the face of that role is just what is going to change. The question is, how prepared are you to fit that role? And that is where they need to prepare themselves for.
Thinking about students preparing themselves, we say that you need some form of expertise in order to be able to use AI, or very basic.
AI has become initially the word pervasive now. You look at it's everybody's rage at this point. So you have to catch on. Everybody needs to know it's not for the computer scientists. In fact, that evolution is not intended for gurus, those who go into the codes and try to add more value to it and hand over products to end users. The target is for just ordinary people, as so key as even a primary student. So everybody has to catch on.
Everybody has to catch on
this one. And so what skill sets do you believe that students should learn now in order to be able to remain relevant in the future job market?
What skill sets should they learn now?
Yes, especially with regard to the field of AI?
Understand how to build a suitable assistant to accomplish the task. Don't undermine the foundation you need to grasp. It's still core. If you're a scientist, your maths has to be on top. You need to understand what goes in there. You need to understand your data structures and algorithms. You need to understand this. You need to equip yourself on all the foundations and leverage AI as an enabler to enhance your usage of these tools. Because it is your comprehension of the foundation that determines how you instruct precisely how it gets that this cut across every other domain of the as far as the university is concerned.
Wow. We have one question in from Lemuel and not from Abokobi. And then he says, with the fast growing AI, is it important that every firm or business unit should have an AI department?
They should. Now, what global organizations are doing is that they are requiring their employees to undergo AI training periodically. From time to time, it has become more like necessary. You have to, because we keep on improving these models here and there. So, you need, they have to drive this conversation. You need a practitioner who has a holistic comprehension of this, and then you have a strategic plan to increase your various departments, equipping your staff with the requisite knowledge to be able to deliver in a particular. That will be very necessary, especially if your organization already exists and you're trying to transition into adopting AI. We need the sort from expertise. There are several colleagues of mine at the department, Professor who travel to organizations and schools. We train them tailor-made training concepts, prompt engineering to be able to help them instruct precisely, how you need AI to do certain things for you, so that you can leverage it to repeated tasks.
It seems AI has come to stay and to stay for good. You suggest that as courses, we need to add some element of AI to it. Maybe if you're reading science,
Those of us in the knowledge of humanities, we need to
extract
that is an AI course. Do you think we can do that?
That needs to be done?
Yes, that is very necessary. It will not make sense to, for example, see the need to train university faculty in political science, in all other domains, and then about the assessment on how to respond to these things. Because you're actually a student who has missed the foundation, the knowledge you'll be provided will not make an impact. I'm sorry to say, AI cannot replace.
If you are doing AI, cannot change you.
Let me just rephrase this. Now, if you are willing to leverage AI to improve on yourself, it will. But you cannot let AI replace you if you are not ready to put the work to embody a personality. I think AI can help. It's a cheat code. I'm sorry to say it would disappoint you, and it's a matter of time before you become exposed.
Please still keep your messages coming. I'm receiving messages from someone from Cas. He said, "Sir, do you think AI was in existence before this generation coined the name for it?"
It's back in 2017. Some of us were at the forefront of machine learning and their assistants. IBM but it was exclusive to organizations. We had AI models that could determine age by just scanning an image face. You get it. That was a decade ago, 2016. And then the boom of generative AI has came just late 2022, you know, and has astronomically changed like that. Now it is intelligent, and so the coin term artificial just amplifies this. Just like back in the day, we had a CD-ROM drive behind our computer, and then we started creating a CD-ROM drive, but with so we call it drive. So intelligence is artificial. It has been there. We started with machine learning, then we went into neural networks. All of the concepts that became nibble that calculate all of these smaller basics of it's a broad thing. So AI is the bigger picture. Machine learning is inside the neural networks. All of them are playing inside there. But combine all of these things in an advanced form, such that AI format would perform a specific task. Now it's able to connect so many and make informed decisions progressively. I don't get what I'm trying to. It's just like a child goes to class 1, teaching 1 plus 1, then later he's able to add 2 as 3 all by himself because he understood what it means by 1 plus 1. That is where it has got to. The only difference is it does not have life, and that is why artificial.
Wow. The conversation is getting so
So interesting. You're listening to Campus
here on Universe 105.7 FM.
Keep your messages coming via WhatsApp number 059-594-218. Take that again, 059-594-218. Now, this is from Outer. She said, since AI is now part of us, what can the next generation do to thrive in this digital world? I think we already answered that. Yes, to develop the skill set necessary that. But Samantha, would you say that AI came out of ICT, or AI was birthed from the ICT learned teachers back in teachers?
That's AI is a combination of statistics, mathematics, and of course computer science. These three arenas come together. We probability ongoing in there. There's some models that are playing out there to make informed decisions, etc. We inferences when we are using models. All of these were isolated processes. You know, ICT was relegated to just technology, but the dispensation of AI combines all of these arenas. So there is a math component, there's a statistics component, there's a computer science component. We need equipment and the tools that access these resources. So asking whether it emerged out of ICT, ICT played a role.
Okay.
It's just one product. Yes.
This is William Otu. He said, listening here from
Damfa, this seems so technical. How about the mass population
of the informal sector? People in the village don't have much access to technology, let alone AI. How can they learn from this knowledge you share?
That's a very good question. A lot of research is ongoing at the Department of Computer Science. If you look at the DSHCI, everything we are trying to do. For example, to be frank, we have built Africa's first, and I'm proud of it. We have built Africa's first speech-to-speech AI bot. Speech. Now, one of our motivations is that people speak Akan. They can write Akan. People speak Akan. They cannot read Akan. They have smartphones. They have. Is the reason why people record this note and send to the other person? Because if they can read English, but you could have typed and they would have, but they are already in the formal sector. They are business in the market, among other things. So the question is, how do they also benefit actually from technology? It is voice first. Several interventions have been made where people speak English and then get the translation in text in D, or you speak English and to translate in Akan, several other languages. But somebody speak P Akan at one front end, and then AI speaking Akan back at the other end. We've done for maternal health care conversations, and these are research we are undertaking looking at the department, we're going to enhance this. The models, they are performing relatively well. Not face have proven very promising, and we are trying to enhance and improve these models. So we understand the gap. The West cannot fill that gap for us. We have to let our own teams, our own expertise, you know, and come up with a solution for ourselves. So yes, the truth is, I have looked at very remote areas in this country. I can tell you, like I said, there is a wide spectrum of internet accessibility. A lot of folks are using smartphones. They may not have high-end phones, but they access the AI. So what we're trying to do is bridge the gap so that they can also make the most of AI. They will need specialized training. I will not be too technical when I'm speaking to a law fraternity on how to use AI. Focus will be on the prompt engineering, how to website interactions for specific tasks that they do, and how they can build those AI bots and use them repeatedly. If I go and meet the woman in the market who needs to go make the most of AI, and the person is level-headed, it will be about how to provide information about sales of goods to yesterday or every year, and asking AI, do you think I should keep on putting this on the shelf or I should remove it based on the trend that I have been providing to you? Except other things. The AI will connect the dots, like I said, the patterns together. I'll go to that level and then understand their business. In fact, for those of us who understand this platform beyond the surface of it, when we are undertaking trainings, we need to understand your domain. We put in a lot of work to research in what you do. We take some information from some documents, etc. Understand your team workflow, so that when we can take the training to meet you. AI is that at this point. It's in every step. So the woman in the village also joining. It's just such people will also need some level of training to be able to do the work.
Right. The issue is not everybody is
Technical stuff when it comes to
technology, especially for students in humanities. For students who are in tech, how can they still position themselves to
benefit
from
technology. Because what I say,
AI has come to stay.
Yes.
You cannot do without it. So how can those who also position themselves to benefit from AI technology?
They have not. If you are a one person or that there is they call it Lerinye, taste and see is a phrase.
can you come in with that?
Lenye.
Lenye? Is it a word?
No, it's a Wali phrase.
Yay.
Yes, a Wali phrase. Taste and see. Yes. When you've tasted it, you know what it will do for you. I returned from a workshop comprising research colleagues who are predominantly from the humanities background. And skills lab, I expose them to how to build an AI assistant who can perform a specific task in the domain. So some of them I put into use of 3. One team decided to build an AI assistant which can put together a grant application. I put out an AI assistant that can put together a policy framework. And people in the humanities, and those can identify these things. Policy, a lot of political science participants, the economic participants, among others, a host of people. Now, what I did was give assistance an identity. What is this role? And what sources of information should that assistant work with? They needed to pick that needs to be repeated over a period of time. What are the sources of information it needs? And what should be its workflow? All this together for the table and then transfer this table into a prompt. Then what will be the guardrails or the skeptic audit? Because you just as you go on a free flow. So it's like an example of students work, etc. Put all that together. And then execute this task. Get first version of your bot. Now, as being expert, they had to check and confirm whether the AI had gotten everything correct. What did it get right? Go back to your table. Was it the source that you need to change the source of information? Is or task you need to alter something or some preciseness to some phrase. Up with your second version, I treat till the point where you are satisfied with the output of that AI. And that assistant will be useful for other repeated. They were humanities. All of them were humanities doing. And they loved, they had never had this opportunity of exposure. Now they have seen it, and they could associate with a lot of repeated tasks. They could leverage, build an assistant to get things done, other than spend hours consistently listening to one research assistant, etc. This let you to that place your assistant. Imagine having 5 assistants, help them with this kind of focus. You would have spent half of your day training or building a precise instruction. But if you have trained 5 people and you can put together such precise instruction, all you have to do is it. You have like 5 assistants. There's several routines. So if you are accomplishing so many things in 5 months, you cramp that 5 months task into 1 month or less weeks, and probably even do more. Where it will not be representing a cognitive load. AI will not come extra. So this is from the angle of people from the humanities. There's a wide array of things they do in humanities. That is one of the biggest courses we have in the university. You get it. So every discipline, if you are, because they've not been exposed, they've not still made your case scenario to me. Let's understand your routine. And let me show you how AI can bridge that gap. And you will tell me what more you can do to maximize your potential.
This conversation is very interesting. From the messages some students are sending me here. This is from Rahel Kumi Bri. She said, is there a way to figure out the
use of AI videos seeing people, especially our older people, because they keep on leaving and getting
emotionally with this deception?
Yes, we have commented largely on the positive side. This evolution, but trust me, to every good thing there's a bad side of it. There's a bad side of it. Somebody's listening to right now in computer science. Always thinking about, okay, how can I build my AI assistant to increase my profits as far as training is concerned, automate it, so that I don't have to keep awake and be checking into training, among other things. Yeah. And yet, I also look at how you can speed more research, work, advanced technology, a lot of things, using AI the right way. So there is a side of it. People will leverage this technology that exists today to create images, videos that are not right. And that's where we need some guardrails that govern such species. It took a whole government to resist the limits on accessing social media in certain countries to put certain policies, because before that information gets disseminated, it runs through a channel. Those channels are running businesses, and there are institutions that control them, and so they also rely on these institutions to first and foremost themselves with the knowledge and the resource person who understand the domain, and not just enshrine policies, but implement them to safeguard our old folks who to some of these things. And so, I mean, they get that role. That just the young generation should also do part of them knowing it well, finding the gaps, and also helping their folks in that sense. Both ways, I think, will advance in educating larger population, and over time, even the old people will adapt. Because some of us are using smartphones in their service, but now using for your polyphonic phones. So they see videos and they are telling them fake news, and they will start saying, "Kwame, have you seen this?" Then this one, don't take it serious. This is not true. This person didn't really say this. This is we can tell. So the government the cities should do their work, and then generation that is growing with time as well should also apply themselves to knowledge and wisdom to learn this rapidly, so that we educate ourselves. The body that controls this needs to also do their part, and hopefully, over time, we can minimize this concept of fake.
We ourselves the responsibility to
educate ourselves and even our parents.
Exactly. The honest ones.
Wow.
Yeah.
Earlier this year, there were
Since for some level 100% about the structure of
DCI 103, which led to some changes in how the course was handled. Some continuing to this also said it was good. Looking back at that situation, what formed the decision to make these changes?
Wow, this one. I don't know what it's not AI. You know, I mean, it's only times change. A lot of evolution happens. You know, I have all my personal situation on that, but it is all about curriculum. Somebody I think is that I load, not load. It's intentional. You know, we learn practice. It is not my mistake. I was for the best award, not best lecture, best. My colleague is a mark you. Like, just lecture these students. You know, I part out. There are gaps. I put myself in their position. Certain knowledge gaps they should have acquired back in the day, but there is a big gap, so I have to go the extra mile. Now, it's not just about teaching, but how prepared we are mentally for the challenge at the university level. So we are naturally inclined to just go with the flow and not apply themselves to wait on. You give an assignment, the tendency to let my friend get it done for me is there. They don't even see the need to apply themselves to wisdom to get this thing. They come in numbers. Have quite a huge population at the Department of Computer Science. Everybody wants to study IT. We are swamped up, you know. So you give them a lot of assignment and vary it. Get the most out of them. Make sure they practice it. There you get to know those who are paying attention in lectures, following videos. So that has been the routine since 2019. Until recently, another generation of students phased out. And the news was that the tasks were overwhelming. You know, and already this time AI can get it done for you. You expose you. You see, like I've always said, the foundation is very important. You need to understand your maths, you need to understand your programming fundamentals, etc. But we have a generation who think it is not necessary and it's not relevant. And so they need to speak up. But see, you don't know what you have missed until you have lost it. So there was that level of complaints, the assignment and stuff are too much. It's all fine. We'll restructure. We not abandoned it completely. Strategized and conducted a series of quizzes and then gave arduous examination that will get the most of it. But basically that has been the trend. It's just this year there was a bit of a shift in strategy, but it still doesn't change the goals. We still figure out a way to get the most out of our students by
Yeah, this is from Kennedy Chongman.
He said, going forward, will those changes apply to that particular
badge of student, or should students expect a different approach?
This is a sport. This have taken history. We the future will determine this. Now I have had a routine and approach to teach this subject for a very long time. Very practically, I invite industry practitioners to engage my students, Willie, Oracle, Microsoft, Bloomberg, Google, so that they get practical application of what we're teaching. And they have to engage with your clients, for example, to take within a 10-week period engineer education from phase. But let's give them lecture approach things. Now, AI has evolved and has gotten to an extent. Back in the day, they used a platform called Figma to put together their wireframes and designs. There is a platform called Stitch by Google who gets it with the tap of a finger, and you can actually just pick code and go implement them. It takes away a lot of a bunch of work you needed to do. So, as the semester is about to begin from Friday onwards, the effort I'm putting here is how I can evolve my content and take it that it won't be as usual. The foundation will be set. We cannot dispute the software engineering concept. Foundational, they are key. But how do I present my content to my students so that they will be relevant to the changing world, changing job market of software engineering and software development and more things? So I cannot give an outright answer to the guys. I always make sure that my content is the most recent.
Okay.
Unless it doesn't change over a period of time. I'm quite intentional about it. The tool and the sacrifice that I'm passionate to buy in academia to engage with myself. So the time will tell. We will just make sure that we give you the best. So I can't give the chance to answer that. Definitely,
Kennedy, time will tell.
If you have a chance to change one thing about
how students are being prepared for the future in our universities, what would it be?
Never discount foundations. No matter how much it has teased you, never discount the foundations. Don't take it for granted. Don't miss the opportunity to grasp those foundations. Go for your lectures. Understand the concept. Let AI help you comprehend it even better. But never think you can cheat away with AI. Else you'll be cheating yourself in the future.
Wow. Never
think you are cheating your way with AI. Else you'll be cheating yourself. Especially as we're about to resume another semester, you need to go for
lectures. You need to read your slides. And you need to get the foundation right. Finally, Mr. Mensah, what advice would you give to students who feel uncertain about their future because of how fast technology is changing?
One advice I give to myself is that see the opportunity whilst you are a student. So you need the 4 walls of the university environment. See the opportunity where you sponsoring you. Even if you are funding yourself by an academic institution, a timetable, a routine, a schedule controls your time. At level 100, for example, the university has rules that students exceed 18 credit hours, regardless of study. You and I, who are public workers, need to start work and work 8 hours a day. So my students, if you work from Monday to Friday, 8 to 5, 4 hours, Monday to Friday, from 6 p.m. till following day 6 a.m. It's all whatever you choose to do with it. In fact, if you don't even learn with it, learn. Your lectures, the lectures you typically have maximum 3 credit hours. So 1 day, 1 hour, whatever it is.
Tutorials.
Tutorials, among other things. You work within that 40 hours, productive hours, Monday to Friday. Your lecture is 5 p.m. on Monday and the whole morning is free. Have a plan. Chill over the weekend. Apply yourself with wisdom. Don't think there is a cheat. You're in school for 3 months and some weeks to study. If you go to the lecture and because of your class size, you're able to ask your question to get confirmation, you have access to the slides. Take it to AI. Let it break it down first. Don't wait till the next lecture to add on when you are still confused about the previous one. The best teaching assistant is AI. They just need to discipline ourselves and then make time and engage with AI in the right way. We are too distracted today because of Snapchat. We are distracted because of all of these things. If you put your phone on silent, it's still the buzzer. So if you are studying, you get notification. It will distract you. That is an option. Put it at 1 hour. That is your best period of learning. Try to be conscious about what you learn. Let it help break those down. I would advise that make sure that you do not go to the next lecture not having comprehended the previous one. If you add on second lecture, you are setting yourself up for failure. The discipline is the problem. So make the most now whilst you are a student. Apply yourself with wisdom. Let AI be that teaching assistant who will not seek favors from you before they support you. And get out of it and apply yourself to wisdom to excel. Don't be exposed in exams. You apply yourself to knowledge and wisdom. The rest will take care of itself.
The rest will definitely take care of themselves. Thank you very much, Mr.
Mensah. He is the assistant lecturer at the Department of Computer Science, University of Ghana. and AI researcher.
I bet you've learned a lot of things from that discussion,
And we're definitely
going to build a you need for AI. Please don't be scared. AI will not take your
career, it will not take your future job. You just have to be able to leverage and add value to yourself. This has been Campus Exclusive on Radio Universe 105.7 FM.
Everybody, thank you to Brian,
to Dr. Kwekubo, to Patrick, to Viglo, and to the whole team here at Universe. And to you, listeners, thank you very much. You have a blessed day. My name is Jemima Moran. To do have a blessed day. Bye-bye. Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay. Thank you. So how is the voice on the PC?
No, yes.
So next 27th May.
All right. I've ended it. You can go.